Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below. This morning, Friday, the CCSA reported 6,559 new cases of COVID around the nation, with 6,875 people having recovered and been released from quarantine. Transport operators and government negotiators appear to have halted the dispute over rising diesel prices, with the hauliers demanding 25 baht a litre and the government having capped it at 30. The news is that from December the 1st, a new cap of 28 baht will be in effect until March, thus seeing predicted delays in deliveries nixed. The cap is actually based on global oil prices and will allow retailers a 1.4 baht margin regardless of cost up to the ceiling. Travel to Thailand right now appears to be mainly from expats, snowbirds and families with little in the way of the tourists. With the Thailand Pass now working well, issues remain as many, especially the elderly, simply get it wrong and arrive at airports only to be turned away by airlines. Flight times are delayed in many cases coming to Thailand as crews check each passenger's documents for entry, needing QR codes and paperwork, as otherwise the airlines are responsible for allowing them to fly only to be rejected here. Once at Bangkok Airport, before customs checks, a final document check is carried out in a separate area too. The Public Health Ministry is mooting the idea of replacing the time-consuming RT-PCR testing done in quarantine hotels on arrival with simple and quick testing at the airport. That's not been approved yet, but it would see the one-day quarantine requirement no longer in effect. It's worth noting that all passengers will have been RT-PCR tested within 72 hours of departure anyway, and are required to show proof of that on entry to Thailand. As we reported last week, illegal immigrants have told authorities that well over 1,000 are camped close to the Thai borders, awaiting guides to bring them into Thailand for illegal employment. Yesterday saw another 184 nabbed at the border by army forces. Phuket Island, the sandbox baby of the nation, is seeing increases in COVID counts. From daily mid-50s, the last 2 days have seen over 100. With most patients already vaccinated, the effects have been minimal. However, any place of entertainment seeing more than one case in a 3-day period will be closed and sanitised. And one Portuguese man made a last-ditch attempt to save his relationship this week. He was caught on camera throwing himself over the front of his erstwhile beau's car as she was driven away. The middle-aged man clung onto the wipers as the car drove off. No word on vehicle damage, but we're told he finally gave up. The clip, of course, went viral. And as the city warms to events, so Pattaya Police are sending out teams to clear the beach roads of ladies of the night. Concern was raised as to the safety of intermingling with body sellers. That saw the police chief colonel order nightly dispatches of teams to enhance what's now deemed to be a family-friendly city. Pattaya musicians have repeatedly requested aid as they've been out of work now for over 18 months. This week they were given 55 so-called survival bags by City Hall. With entertainment venues closed and nothing in the way of live music on offer, many have already sold their instruments at ridiculously low prices in order to put food on the table. And unless we see a reopening soon, the future remains for them bleak. However, Pattaya's mayor is reported to be continually pushing for the lifting of the ban on booze sales in all venues, with the goal of at the latest New Year. With only 4 of the tourist regions in the nation, including the capital, allowed to sell alcohol in eateries, he's repeatedly asked for an exception via the provincial governor, the government and the CCSA, as he simply doesn't have the power to order reopenings himself. The CCSA meets today, and there's a small chance that we could hear better news. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 31 dropping down to 26 and the promise of a nice day. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,